Hello, friends. In this series of learning the AWS, we are going to learn that how we can install the command line interface of AWS in our platform. So let's start beginning with this point. Before installing this platform, we have to reach a URL. So the URL is this: docs.aws.amazon.com/CLI latest user guide and all. So just because I am having the Windows operating system installed on my machine, that's why I have chosen this Windows. Otherwise, if you are working on any of the another platform, being it Mac or the Linux, right? So accordingly, you can pick the another option. So now the point is that once you will reach at this particular URL, you will get that it is having the topic installing, updating, and uninstalling the AWS CLI version 2 on Windows, right? So what we need to do is we need to go into this prerequisites part because we should be aware of what are the essentials required to install this package first. So my I should be using a 64-bit version of the Windows, which should be XP or the later than that. Okay, so this thing is satisfied by my software. And then another thing is that I must have the administrator rights to install the package. Okay, so I am having both the facilities. So let's start with the download part. So whenever we will be downloading, we will always go for the latest version of the CLI. Okay, so here on the very first part, we are having the latest version been there. So we will simply launch that, install that. So now they are asking me within my machine where I have to install this package. Okay, so I can save it to launch it or to install it. But for the time being, as it is already been on my machine, so I'm skipping that part. So for you all, if you are doing it for the very first time, just save that machine, save that package, and then you have to reach this C drive. Under the program files, you will get a new folder here with the name Amazon. Once you will click that, within this Amazon folder, you will get now this AWS CLI version 2 folder being generated. Okay, I will click here and now I can simply install this package. So install this. There will be certain a few steps to for the installation. Once the installation is completed, now what you have to do is to go to this command prompt. Okay, so command prompt, usually you have to search it, and you can go to the start menu also. You have to search for the command prompt. One point that you need to remember here is that you have to work in this command prompt being an administrator. Okay, don't work here as a user, work as an administrator. So it is asking me to work as an administrator. So now I am having the administrator rights. So what we will do is first we will check whether this package has been installed or not. So for that, we will type a command AWS space hyphen hyphen version. Okay, so once I will type that, see, I'm getting a reply back with the AWS CLI, which is having the version 2.0.50, and it is also been established with the Python with the you could say that the version 3.7.7, and the Windows upon which it has been installed is the 8.1 with the extension this, right? So this entire information must be granted to you guys from this particular command in the command prompt. If you are getting such kind of reply, it means that your software, your CLI version has been installed successfully on your machine. Now the next step is to configure this. Okay, this is the important step now. In order to configure the AWS, you have to type AWS configure. So this is the command that you need to press down. So I am just entering it. If you are doing it for the first time, okay, it will ask you for this AWS access key. Now as I have already installed it, so it is having that. But the procedure to get this access key or the key ID is that if you are using the AWS educate account, then you have to go to the this workbench, okay, Vocarium account starter page. Here in this account detail part, once you will click on this account details part, you will get that the AWS access, the starter account information, and this AWS CLI information. Okay, we need to click on this show button and you will get the entire information here. Okay, so here is the key. You will get the access key ID. You just have to copy that key ID and paste it here. Okay, for the time being, I'm also already having it where it has been allocated within my machine. I will go to the C drive under the user section, this .aws folder, and here is the folder name with the name as the credentials. Okay, so I will simply open that file as a notepad file and I will get that this access key is provided here. I will get it. See, it is ending it with this 0 TOC and I will simply paste it here. Then after that it will ask me for the secret key, right? The secret key is again ending with this NW/A. So it is already, I am already having this. I have updated this. So I will be copying it and pasting it here, the secret key. Now the third point is the default region. So if you can look here in your console, the default region being provided to you is this particular North Virginia, and the region name is US East 1. So this will remain the default region if you are working in the Educate account. So I will only guide you as per the Educate account. As I have already mentioned it earlier, so that's why it is already depicting that it is the US East 1. So again, I have to provide the same region. And then again, it is asking me that in which particular format you want your output to be displayed. So if you are doing it for the very first time, these all questions will be asked to you. So you have to put here that you are expecting the output in the JSON format, right? So then your entire configuration has been done. So one point here is when you will open this file, this credentials file, okay, for the very first time, you will see that this particular token is missing because we are using the Educate account, and that's why we are having the session tokens to work on this particular platform. So from where we can get this particular token? So you have to just copy this entire thing, and it's also been written here, copy and paste the following information in .aws credentials folder. Okay, so in this particular file I will be simply copying and pasting this entire thing. So this is how I was able to get it. Don't forget to save it, and once your command prompt has defined that you have configured the AWS successfully, now you can start running the things in an easier mode. Like we can take one example here also. Like if you have to see that or if you want to create any bucket, then you can provide any command that you want to see any bucket being there. Let's try one command here, AWS S3 ls will depict me if within the console I will be having any list of buckets being provided. So if I am going to press the enter, if any bucket will be there, it will display. So right now we are not having any buckets being there, so that's why it is not working. Okay, so thank you so much for the very first command. So first thing is that why we have launched this CLI, just because our practical is related to launching or creating and managing the buckets using the CLI, command line interface. We have already created the bucket in the management console, right? We know that we just have to go to the create bucket option and it will be automatically created for us. But here, using the commands, how we can do that? Today we are going to learn them. So the very first command is related to creation of a bucket. Okay, so let's do that. The very first command here is AWS S3. In order to create a bucket, it simply means we are going to make a bucket. It is MB command. AWS S3 MB, and always whenever we have to provide the name of the bucket here, this is the syntax that we will always follow. S3 colon double slash, okay, then the name of the bucket. Now this name of the bucket should be unique, okay, it should be having a unique name here. So I'm going to go for any particular name. So let's see if this bucket name is available. Yeah, so the make bucket command is working successfully for me. The name of the command is AWS S3 MB S3 and colon slash slash the name of the bucket. So this is the very first command, how we can create a bucket. Okay, in order to create a bucket, we are using the command named as the MB. MB is standing for the make bucket. So commands are very easy. That's why I am just directly typing it here. And I hope that you are also doing it together with me.
Yeah, ma'am.
Then second command, I have already told you, like I have updated this bucket. So let me list all the buckets. So AWS space S3 LS. LS is basically standing for the list command. So LS is here for listing all the buckets which are available in my management console. Okay, so now 4 buckets are added along with the time when I added these buckets. See, you can get these 4 buckets now available. Even in the management console, if I will refresh my page here of this create bucket, I will get that a newly created bucket is also been there. So Vinay and Sachin, this was the answer to that question, why I need to update the notepad file. If I will not update the notepad file, then this newly created bucket will not reflect here. Okay, that's why we need to reflect the notepad or the credentials file, you could say that. So let's proceed with the next command. Let's suppose you want to delete any bucket. Okay, कोई bucket delete करनी है तुम्हें. पहले delete बाद में करते हैं, पहले कुछ data enter करते हैं इनमें. So let's suppose now you want to copy any content from the local machine, means you want to upload any data into the bucket. Let's upload that. So I have created a new bucket here with the name Harneet 123. So in this bucket right now, no data is present. Nothing has been uploaded. This bucket is empty. So I want that some data should be provided into this particular bucket. So what I will do, I will write a command AWS S3. Now in order to upload the data, means I am copying the content from my local machine into this particular bucket, I will use CP command. CP is basically standing for copying the data. Okay, CP. So let me see the path. Okay, यहाँ पे एक local drive D में मेरे पास एक demo नाम का folder है. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this demo folder into my this bucket. So let's do that. So the path is D drive and then demo folder, demo.txt file. So I will write D drive, the slash here. So please look at, this is the slash, this forward slash it is. Okay, and then demo.txt file. The entire path I have given, space. Now to which bucket I wanted to copy this data now? S3 colon double slash Harneet 123. This was the name of the bucket. So again, this command will work on the data, that it will take the data from my local system or local machine. It will copy the data into my this particular bucket. So it will take to upload the data. Like right now it is a text file. I think I haven't added anything into this particular demo file. Let me check that. Okay, so ये demo file में मैंने इतना data add किया था. So my point is that based upon the size of this data of this particular file, this particular command will take as much time to upload the data. If you are uploading a bulk file here, it will take a lot time, maybe a minute or 2 also, to upload the entire data into this particular bucket. So please mind it, this particular point. If after running this particular command, if it is taking time to answer you, it means that your file is little bit bulkier. That's why it is consuming more of your time. All right. So this is the command. I hope everyone is done and okay with this particular command. Let's see whether the changes are reflected here or not. See, now in this particular bucket on 30th of September at this particular point, a demo.txt file was uploaded into this Harneet123. All right, so let's proceed with the another part. Now, let's suppose instead of copying one by one the file into my bucket, if I want some number of multiple files to copy into this bucket, then how I will do that? अगर मुझे बहुत सारी फाइल्स कॉपी करनी है तो वो मैं किस तरह से करूंगी? मैं किसी और बकेट में इसमें ट्राई करती हूँ. बकेट 12.12 को चेक करते हैं. It is already having some data available, error.html and this. Okay. इस बकेट में हम क्या करेंगे? बहुत सारी फाइल्स को हम इसमें कॉपी करते हैं from the local machine. Let's do that. So how we will do it? Again, the command is AWS S3, right? Copy, and let me see the destination folder. Okay, so this is the name of the folder AWS. इसके अंदर कुछ I was saying it should be uploaded in this bucket 12.12. Bucket 12.12, right? And one thing I need to add here is space hyphen recursive. That is the main point. This is the credential that I will add at the end. So see, if I have to upload multiple files into my bucket from the local machine, then how I will do that? This is the entire command for that. AWS S3 copy the link from in the local machine and the bucket name where I want to do that along with the recursive option. So I will press the enter. So it will consume some time because it is uploading the data one by one. Okay. So all the data is actually being provided here. So this is how recursively I can add the data into this particular bucket. So अभी यहाँ पे reflect नहीं हुआ है. Let me refresh it. Now the entire data is available. Comfortable till here, students? समझ आया यहाँ तक बेटा?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So now what we are going to do is we have done with the copy of the data, right? And let's use the delete command now. So delete करना है मतलब remove करना है bucket. RB is the remove bucket. So let me see first of all which bucket is empty right now, जिस पे मैंने कुछ भी काम नहीं किया अभी तक. So this demo 123 bucket is empty. So I will try to delete this particular bucket. Okay. AWS S3. Now delete करना है means remove bucket. RB is the command. It is very simple approach. S3 and the name of the bucket I will provide. It was demo 123. No, the name of the bucket was something else. Demo MB 123. So this bucket will be removed from my machine. So see, if I'm getting this kind of reply, it means it has been removed from my management console now. So we can verify again here by refreshing this console. So demo MB123 bucket is not available right now with us. So this is how we can remove the data. Now this bucket was empty. You know, I have first checked whether this bucket is empty or not. Let us suppose I want to delete a bucket, this Harneet123 bucket. Okay, let's apply that. AWS S3 RB S3, then name of the bucket. So is it deleting? No, it is saying remove bucket failed. An error occurred when deleting the bucket operation because the bucket you try to delete is not empty. Okay, so my point here is that when our bucket is filled with some data and we have to delete it, then the command little bit changes. So what we have to write here is AWS S3 remove bucket S3 then name of the bucket. After this, hyphen force. We will force this bucket to delete. This is what is the command being required if your bucket is not empty. So I will press the enter. Now what it will do, it will first of all delete the entire data which is available. See, it has first of all delete this demo.txt file and then only remove this bucket. Got it? So this is the basic difference between the deletion of the bucket when the data is available within the bucket and when the bucket is empty. So is this point understood to all of you? क्या ये point समझ आया सभी को? This much of data. So one last command is there, then we are done with this entire thing. The command is that if I have to look the entire data which is stored within the bucket, like in this particular bucket, if I am talking about this bucket was bucket 12.12, जिसमें मैंने बहुत सारा डेटा अपलोड किया था, एक पूरा का पूरा फोल्डर. तब मैं चाहती हूँ ये सारा का सारा डेटा मुझे लिस्ट हो जाए यहाँ पे. Then how I can do that? So in that, basically the command is AWS S3 ls. ls is the main command, ठीक है, जो हम यूज करेंगे. अब किस चीज के लिए ls करना है? तो द स्पेशल बकेट जिसको मैं चेक करना चाहती हूँ, जिसके क्रीडेंशियल्स, इट इज bucket 12.12. ठीक है, मैं चाहती हूँ कि बकेट 12.12 में जितना भी डेटा मैंने अपलोड किया हुआ है वो सारा का सारा मुझे उसकी लिस्ट शो हो जाए. फॉर दैट थिंग I will provide the name of the bucket along with this ls. So I will press the enter key and it will display the entire data to me along with the size of the data and the time when it was uploaded. So I hope that you are able to understand these entire topics here, the entire command lines here. Is it clear to all of you students?
Yes, sir. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So with this, I am taking a short break here because I have to update your attendance. So you can carry on with this, you could say that the commands, okay? So let me provide you the link also, जो आप जिसको refer कर सकते हैं. In order to work on the more commands in the CLI related to S3, please go to this particular link. You will be able to get more commands here. So I am